Hello, welcome back to Bachelor Chow. Tonight I'm going to make for you my world famous 3-meat spaghetti sauce, and you're going to like this one. It's really good. Alright, so here are our ingredients. Start with 2 large cooking onions and red and green pepper. We got a large jar of pasta sauce, 2 cans of diced tomatoes, one large can of tomato paste, and a can of sliced mushrooms. And over here we've got our hot Italian sausages, and we've got our ground beef, and we have our pepperoni. And for a surprise, there's some salsa that we're going to use in our recipe. So here we're going to start off. We're going to chop up these onions and dice them, and dice the peppers, and we'll start with that. So here I've started a pot of water to boil, and I've got some olive oil in the frying pan. You can use any kind of vegetable oil or whatever you prefer. And diced up the onion. I'm going to add that into the frying pan. I'm not going to put any heat to the frying pan just yet. I'm going to continue to chop up the peppers, and we'll continue. Alright, so our water has come to a boil. I've added 4 hot Italian sausage into the pot. We're going to let that boil. I'll take a fork here, and we're going to just poke a couple holes in these sausages, and that'll help drain a lot of the grease and such out of the sausage and get it into the water, so that it won't quite be so greasy. Alright, and we've diced up our onions and peppers, and I'm going to turn the heat down to a low medium, say about a 3 on an electric burner. And I'm going to add a can of mushrooms here. You can use fresh mushrooms if you like, if you want to do all the slicing and whatnot. I'll just use canned. You can add celery here at this point if you like. I don't care for the texture, so I'm going to skip that. And yeah, so we'll just let the onions and peppers and mushrooms saute for a bit and soften up, and we'll continue on from there. Alright, so our sausages have been boiling here for a good 10 minutes or so. What we're going to do is we're going to take them out. Probably should turn the heat off here. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is cut this in half. Alright, let me just adjust things here. Okay. And as you can see it's still fairly juicy, but that's alright, because we're not done with them yet. I'm going to slice those halves in half again. And then we're going to chop them up into smaller pieces about that. Alright, you get the idea. We'll continue with the rest of the sausages, and then we're going to add them into our frying pan. So we've added our hot Italian sausage in with our vegetables. I used hot Italian sausage. I like it spicy. You might want to use mild or medium. That's entirely up to you. Next, we're going to chop up the pepperoni. I use the dry pepperoni just because it's a little less greasy. And here again, I got the hot pepperoni. You could use just regular pepperoni or whatever. But like I said, I like it spicy, so we're going with that. So now we've added our pepperoni. I'm just going to add our pound of ground round, and I'm going to stir that up and mix it all up real good, and continue to let it simmer and marry all these flavors together. And we'll check on it here in a little bit after I get it all mixed together. So we've got that mixed up nicely. It's been simmering like that for a little bit. I haven't changed the temperature from the initial low-medium that we had it set at. It's important not to rush it. You want to get all these flavors to mingle together. I realized I forgot to add the garlic, so we're going to do that right now. I got a few cloves here, and we're going to chop that up and add that in. Don't know if you're aware, for peeling garlic, the easiest thing to do is just give it a little tap like that, and the skin will just come right off. So we're going to do that and smush it all up real fine and add that in. So the stuff's been simmering here for about 20-25 minutes. Now what we're going to do here now is drain out the grease. So we're going to want to add some hot water here for the drain. I've got my strainer out, and we're just going to add into here. Don't worry if you drop a few pieces, that's alright. So we're just going to give that a rinse under the tap, and that will help get some of that grease out of there. Pick up a couple of these bits and pieces. Get that away. Alright. So, now we're going to take that and dump it into our big stew pot. Alrighty then. Okay, so I guess we can turn the heat off here. We'll have to give that a good wash, get the grease off of it. Okay, so we're going to start adding our tomatoes and sauce. So we'll move on to that. Just kind of open them up and dump them in type of deal. Alright, so we've added our 2 cans of diced tomatoes and our large container of pasta sauce. Now it's time for the secret ingredient here. We're going to add our salsa, and you know, a good fairly healthy chunk. It's a 1.89 liter jug, and I used about 2/3 of it. just about what we want. And we'll just mix that all up. And we're going to let this simmer on low heat. Right about 2.5, 3, I guess. And we'll cover that and let it simmer for a while. Actually, the longer that you let it simmer, the better, really, because it just gives that all of those flavors a chance to mix together and make it taste wonderful. So yeah, we're gonna let that simmer for a while and come back and stir it a few times, and I'll probably let it go for an hour and simmer anyway. But like I said, you know, the longer the better, really, if you've got the time. Alright, so we'll do that. Alright, so that's been simmering for a while now, and just took a little taste of it, and it's really good, but it's slightly acidic from the tomatoes. So what I'm going to do is add a little bit of basil to it, and that will help cut the acidity down. I'm just going to sprinkle a bit in here. Just about a teaspoon or so. And we'll stir that in. And we'll give it another taste test here in a few minutes. It's looking pretty good though. Tastes really good too. So the sauce has been simmering for about an hour. I've added probably another half a teaspoon of basil to it, and it's tasting pretty good now. So I've turned off the burner, and we put on some water for our noodles. I'm using spaghetti. Sauce can, you know, it'll go with pretty much any kind of pasta. Just going to add some salt here to the water to help it boil a bit quicker. And I will also add a little bit of oil to the water to help the noodles from sticking together. And we're going to bring that to a boil and put our noodles in. So I'm assuming you know how to make spaghetti noodles or pasta. Got it in there and let it cook for a bit, give it a taste test, and when it's soft but still a little firm, what they call al dente, it's done. And we'll add our sauce and we'll make ourselves a plate. Alright, well, there's our plate. I'm gonna add some Parmesan cheese to that and enjoy. It's pretty darn good, I'll tell you. And I got all this left over, so I know what I'll be eating for the next week or so. Anyway, you enjoy, have yourself a good night, and I'm gonna eat. Good night.